Now, one of the nice things is if we have mutually exclusive events, remember those are events where the intersection is equal to the empty set. When we apply our union rule, probability of E union F, we get probability of E plus probability of F, but there's not a third term because the probability of the intersection will be probability of empty set, and that's going to be 0. Two mutually exclusive events that we encounter frequently are E and its complement, the things that are not in E. In fact, if we take E and union it together with its complement, we end up getting the sample space. So what that tells me is if I go ahead and take the probabilities, the probability of E union with the complement of E is going to be the same as the probability of the sample space. Now, since E and E complement are mutually exclusive events, that union is simply probability of E plus probability of the complement of E is equal to the probability of the sample space. Since the sample space is the certain event, the probability of that is 1, we end up with the probability of E plus the probability of the complement of the E is 1. So we can either solve that equation for probability of E or the probability of the complement of E, and that gives us the complement rules. So the probability of the complement of E is equal to 1 minus the probability of E, or the probability of E is equal to 1 minus the probability of the complement of E. Either way, it's basically the same rule. So this is going to be useful when we try and find what is the probability of rolling a sum of 11 or less. Let's start by letting E be the event, a sum of 11 or less. And now we're going to take advantage of our complement rule. So the probability of E, a sum of 11 or less, is going to be equal to 1 minus P of the complement of E. The complement of E, in other words, the complement of a sum of 11 or less, is just rolling a 12. And there's only one way to roll a 12. That's by getting boxcars or 2 6s. So that means this is going to be equal to 1 minus 1/36, which when I work that out becomes 35/36.